All right, so moving on to the final segment, we're going to pivot here to the world of baseball inside the MLB world. In this final segment, I'll be sharing my early MLB rankings. I'll be sharing my top 5 teams this early on in the NBA season, ranking them from number 1 all the way down to number 5. So let's go 1 through 5 really quick. Number 1, I have the Dodgers as the best team in the MLB this year. I mean, they are the reigning defending MLB World Series champions. I mean, they're struggling right now against the Washington Nationals this week in their series. They're going to lose that series, and they just lost against the Phillies in their previous series during the weekend. But have no fear, this Los Angeles Dodgers team is here to stay. They're stacked, they're loaded, and when they get everything going healthy, they're going to be a hard team to beat. So I have them still as the best team in the league. 2, I have the San Diego Padres. I mean, they started off red hot, started off the season 7-0. In a similar way that the Dodgers started off, as I record this segment, they are 9-2. And they are fighting to win that NL West division, a loaded NL West division. They're off to a red hot start. 3, I have the Philadelphia Phillies. Their business as usual for them as the bats go offensively. They're hitting the ball well. Bryce Harper is still taking some time to warm up and heat up this MLB season, but the Phillies have started off red hot. 4, I have this San Francisco Giants. They've been a big surprise to me thus far. They're taking care of business, pitching with the rotation and offensively hitting the ball, finding success also in a loaded NL West division. And at number 5, I will put the Texans Rangers here. They're starting off pretty good as well after having a disappointing reign to their season last year, being the former reigning defending World Series champion. So those are my top 5 teams currently in the MLB right now. Let's go into a deeper dive of the reasons why I have them ranked 1 through 5. So the Dodgers, again, they are number 1. They still, to me, are the best overall team in the MLB, regardless of the record or not. I mean, they started off hot, so you're gonna have to even it out with some losses. They started off the season 7-0, 8-0. So they're starting to lose some ball games, and they're showing signs that they are still normal with a loaded team out there in LA. But despite having a 9-4 record, losing their series over the weekend against the Phillies out there in Philadelphia on the road, then they are struggling surprisingly against the Washington Nationals. They just dropped 2-0 in danger of being swept by the Nationals if they lose that game tomorrow night. So they're starting to cool down right now. They are 9-4, but hey, don't worry about it if you're a Dodgers fan. And also they're dealing with some injuries. I mean, Blake Snell, their pitcher, just went down. Freddie Freeman is injured at the moment as well. But business as usual. Shohei Ohtani is still finding success with the bat. Mookie Betts is playing well also. When this team is fully healthy, look out. But Dustin May also, I feel like when he gets in a groove, he could be a huge X factor for the Los Angeles Dodgers pitching this MLB season. So even though the Dodgers are 9-4, I still think they're the best team in the league. Regardless of some injuries that's going on in the ball club right now, they're going to be just fine. So number 2, I had the San Diego Padres. Now they're showing signs that they could steal this NL West division. And right now in my power rankings, I have 3 teams in this NL West division that is already starting off red hot. And I do believe they're a top 5 team. But just like the Dodgers, this team started off pretty hot as well. The Padres started off 7-0. Now they're 9-2 as I record this segment. And everybody knows they have the star power of some talented players like Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado. But I'm looking at the roster now. For guys and gals out there watching and listening, I am from Maryland, the DMV area, but I reign and live in Anne Arundel County. And Jackson Monroe, a player from Anne Arundel County that went to Severna Park High School a few years ago, the center fielder, has started off red hot for the Padres this year. He's hit 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. Unfortunately, they just put him on the 10-day IL injury list with a hamstring injury. So I think this youngster, being in his early 20s, could be a X factor hitting wise for the Padres once he comes back from that 10-day IL list. So the Padres have started off red hot. Now the Phillies offensively, business as usual. Kyle Schwarber is leading the way, leading the team offensively in home runs and RBIs right now. But once the players like Bryce Harper and Trey Turner start to heat up offensively, they'll be a threat. They're still showing why they still are a legitimate threat in the National League and a contending team, a championship contending team out there in the National League. So I think the fact that they had that statement victory, winning the series against the Dodgers 2-1 in Philly this previous weekend, they're showing good signs that they could be still able to hang with these top tier teams in the National League, because as the season goes on, it's going to be a tight race to see who is the more superior team when it comes to all these teams and playoff seeding when we get later on in the second half of the MLB season. But off the red hot start. Now the Giants, they're a surprising team, and the reason why I have them at 4 is I did not see them starting off red hot like this. As I record this segment, they are 8-2. They have impressive season victories so far. Sweeping teams like the Astros and the Mariners and their series to start off the MLB season. So a name that has stood out to me for the Giants has been Wilmer Flores. I'm paying attention to him more. He looks like he's a powerful hitter at the plate. Offensively, they've done their job, and their rotation of pitchers have done their job as well, starting off red hot. This is going to be probably a sleeper team to pay attention to in the NL West this year, division-wise. So keep an eye out for them. And last but not least is the Texas Rangers at 5. Now, the Rangers, they did have a fall-off year after winning the World Series in 2023. They missed the playoffs last year as the reigning defending World Series champions. But they've been off to a really good start thus far this MLB season. But I think they got to work on their pitching. I think the rotation needs a little bit of touch. And they lack a little bit of flavor in the bullpen right now. But there's been some slow starts to some players that they have as well, like Corey Seager, Jake Berger, Jock Pederson. Some other players as well have started off slow, so the Rangers they barely made my list for top 5. I was going to put somebody else, but I think the Rangers have played good enough to be a top 5 team right now in my early MLB power rankings. So very early on in the season, but I'm liking what I'm seeing thus far this MLB season. I've been entertained. So I'll have more MLB segments for you guys as the baseball season goes on. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.